Every day I wake up and I hope you atrophy.
Good morning. Ooh, this is like first time in a while I'm out of bed actually in the morning. And I went to bed really late last night, so I don't really feel great. But I'm thinking, if I don't force myself to sleep in and just wake up when I wake up, then I can hard reset my sleep schedule. So tonight, go to bed earlier. Tomorrow, wake up a little bit earlier. And, just keep the cycle going because we want a productivity max. Anyways, hope all you guys are doing great and awesome and stuff. I don't feel great, but we're going to force ourselves to do great and be great. And then we're going to go to the gym. We're going to go to the gym? Yep. Yeah, we are. Thank you for asking. Jarek. Yep. That's Eric with the J. It's a real name that I didn't just come up with. We're still dieting right now. Doing a little mini cut. Maybe not, maybe a long cut. And then we're going to come back with a vengeance with more carbs. But I honestly, I don't want to, keep gaining, get back into a growth phase if I'm fucking flabby and fluffy. I just don't like the idea of that. So we're going to, stay strong for a little bit. We're going to go to the gym. Probably see Clark there. Maybe bring Berto. Who knows? I don't know. We're on the way to the gym. Pan the camera to you. We're with Berto again. Berto's back. Say what's up.
What's up?
Yep, cutting that out. Many of you have been asking me, Raf, how do you keep your foreskin so handsome? It's called bone smashing. We're on the way to the gym. Okay. Oh,
Don't cut that out.
maybe we'll meet Clark there. Who knows? Maybe I'll actively
Touch himself.
stop being a weirdo. Honestly, only got 7 hours of sleep last night. Raf, that's insane. 7 compared to your normal 11 to 13. I know. It's almost only half. But, I've been working with only half my whole life, and, I've never got a complaint yet. I've been feeling, I'm telling you guys, tap in to the Michael Goggins, discomfort and pain is all mental, and life is so much more. I do think that mental state can move buildings, and I know there is zero clinical evidence proving that if you just want it bad enough, you'll get it. But I don't give a shit. This is the only thing. This is the one hill I'll die on that isn't science-based. I don't care how great you are, how technical your lifting is, how insane your genetics are. If you don't have it mentally, you're cooked. I think I'm insane. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay, maybe, no. Okay, because I'm not trying to be pick me oh yeah, I'm winter arcing it all over myself. I like adrenaline, specifically paired with pain, which is why I like lifting, and why I used to have a very unhealthy connection to physical affection. I love this shit. More than I'd say anybody I've met, maybe? No. Well, my goodness, it's bright as Gutentagen. It's not a competition on do I want it more or do I love it more? It's I love it personalized to me. Okay, that's the beauty. I am the only Rafmurdock to ever exist. Ever. There's nobody me. There's nobody. Okay. You can't do that. It's not about do other people want it more? I think as far as training goes, I don't know if I've ever met anybody who loves training as much as me. I've met other people who really like fitness and bodybuilding, results they'll get along the way. I don't know if I've ever met anybody who likes training as much as me. And maybe I have, but I've never met anybody who likes training the way I like it. I am hopelessly addicted to this. I was talking to my friend about it. I was like, man, any winter sport, anything, any hobby, I would take a hard session over that any day of the week. And he was like, that's so weird to me. And that's okay, dude. My cup of tea doesn't have to be in your mug, but I love it. I love it. Okay. And especially because I've been feeling better and better. Oh, and I have my nicotine pouches. It's going to be such a good lift, dude. Yeah, I've been feeling better and better. I've been realizing that I'm being, dude, I could be wrong. Imagine going my whole life
just thinking that I'm being called to like great things and being wrong. Well, at least I was trying to do great. You know what I'm saying? I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And I feel like I don't know what to converse about sometimes on my drive in, and it sometimes might seem a little bit conceited where I'm like, oh, I'm just talking about me and how great I am. Okay, I'm really nothing special. But I think if I can give everything into what I'm doing, if I can give maximum effort every single fucking session, every single day, every single conversation, every single breathing moment, if I can give maximum effort, I'm going to go the distance. It's just, it's impossible. I talked about this on my TikTok is if you have a, abstract, very large length of time, that would be your existence, your life, and you have endless compounded effort over a long period of time, success is inevitable. It's just going to happen. All right. And I talked last video about how like when ambitions are undefined, it can be difficult, but it actually also doesn't matter as long as there's consistent effort in a relatively, forward direction. Then your ambitions will refine themselves. Maybe. I don't know where I'm going or how it's going to go, but I know that it's going to be awesome. Dude, I have like, and normally, dude, I think I'm yelling. I feel like shingles like overrided my seasonal depression, because a lot of the time winter comes around and it's like, oh, it's cold, oh, and the sun's not around as much, and I don't want to get out of bed, and life sucks and everything's horrible. And that's still the case, but because I'm coming off of the hump of like feeling very awful, it might as well be summertime. Oh, new method unlocked. Winter is just summer but cold. Okay? I feel fucking great. I feel awful, but mentally I'm there. I'm present. I'm so present. It's like it's Christmas, bitch. Woo! Anyways, yeah. I also have been double downing and leaning more into absurdism, right? I'd always rather be an absurdist than a nihilist. Okay, life's not that serious except for the serious things. Have fun, have a blast within moral parameters, and life is just, sex on a street. What? I'm sorry. Only if they pay me. But, boys, I'm telling you, boys, it's going to be peak, it's going to be awesome. And you know what's crazy is I'm not hung up on views. I don't care. For a little bit, like when I was like fucking 15 and I started posting stupid videos, I was like craving attention 100% because my mother wasn't very present in my life and my dad is absent. So I really wanted attention from the internet. But now that I don't care for attention and I don't really care for people's opinions and I just want to like express myself genuinely, there's like an uphill battle I'm fighting with social media where it's like, oh, yeah, I don't really care if people like this. And it's like awesome because I don't care, but it also, because it kind of also kills your ambitions of posting in the sense that like you want to make something that's really, really well made. And I'm going to do it still. Don't worry. We're still going to have some fire cinematic skits coming out. But like, I also just like don't care to be myself anymore, or I care to be myself more so, like I've gotten so hyper analytical about people and things that like I'll see a video that somebody posted and I'll be like, wow, this guy is he is so noticeably putting on a persona, and I know that's presumptuous, but I'm also not an idiot and I can read facial and physical cues and like mannerisms. You can tell when somebody's like so noticeably trying to go viral or like trying to make like a popular video or just like trying to meet the status quo for what's going to entertain people. You can tell, right? And that's why I kind of hate the whole like, guru courses when people are like, oh, yeah, this is how you blow up in 3 steps. It's like, dude, if you're good at what you do and you're a passionate person and you're bubbly and you're personable, people are going to like you. You don't have to fucking cheat the system. I'm not fucking Mr. Beast. I don't care if I get 100 million fucking views. What I care is if I'm being genuine and real and people resonate with that. That's way more important. It's so much more fun this way. Because, like, I'll post a YouTube video and it'll get bubkiss for views and bubkiss for likes. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to be famous. I'm just like, you know what? Okay. That's all right. Because I still had fun making it. And I still had fun editing it and watching myself laughing. Classic me. You know? It's like, and, you know, I get to refine the way I talk. Because when I look at, like, my long monologues that I post in my videos, it's like, oh, maybe I should have been careful not to pause here. I should have, you know, been mindful of what I said about my personal life here. I get to, you know, sort of like, it also makes me a public speaker. Yeah, regardless. What I was just talking about as well. Feeding back into it. Because I'm doing what I'm doing in a higher volume than I used to. I'm also becoming more well-practiced. Before, if I had like 60 minutes of footage, it would overwhelm me. I wouldn't want to go through it, and I would put it off for weeks. Now, if I have 60 minutes of footage, it'll take me like fucking 3 hours tops to edit it and post it. That's pretty freaking good, you know? So, like, an also thing, yep, that's words that people use. An also thing is when you're doing something and you're doing it poorly and you're being bad at it. But if you're doing it in high enough volume with like a present mindset, you're just going to get better at it, you know? Practice does make perfect. And I know I'm not Nanny McPhee, but it's still, you know, it's true. Just be bad at things, gang. I am currently probably one of the worst bodybuilding enthusiasts on the internet in terms of, you know, how well my physique looks, how organized my content is. If you look at my TikTok, I realized this recently. It's literally like interdimensional cable. Every video you look at, it's like from a different universe. You know, I can't pick a niche to sit in. I just can't for the life of me. But I don't care because I just like what I'm doing and I'm just doing it and it's fun. And sometimes I get to talk about some deep, interesting things. And sometimes people find that interesting. That's awesome. It's cool. Oh, he's passing me. Ah! Should I pass him now? Nah. But we should ride his butt. No, I will not speed. I'm a law-abiding... I'm a law-abiding citizen. Guys, it is time to maximize our manhood. And I don't mean getting penis enlargement pills. I mean try to be the best man you can. Okay? Ooh, that's a bar. The best man you can in a short time span. Come on! Whatever you're doing. I don't care if you're a fucking professional pie baker. Okay? If you try and apply the qualities and rules you need to be the best man you can, your life will feel fucking awesome. It's awesome, dude. My life is on paper. If somebody were to like, oh, let's check out, ooh, should slow down. Oh, let's check, you know, what's this Raf guy doing? On paper, yeah, things are shitty. I have a negative $7 net worth. But, like, my life is so unbelievably fulfilling. If for no other reason than it's just organized and I'm trying to do good every day. You know? And I think I just talk about the same things every car ride. But one of these days, a video's going to catch. It's going to be like, Raf, this is the FBI speaking. You have 200,000 views on your YouTube video. And they've all seen your penis. And I'm going to be like, that's 50% of what I wanted. I don't care about the views. I'm like, I'm stoked. Because even if what I do every day is pointless and nobody sees it, I'm liking doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm loving walking. You know, who's going to walk further? The baby who's just learning to walk or the guy who really wants to get to the rock? You know? Well, once the guy gets to the rock, he's like, I'm done walking. I don't give a shit. But the baby's learning to walk. He falls in love with walking. He meets a lovely Caribbean woman. They have a life together. And he walks for the rest of his life with beautiful mixed babies. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be the walker. And for a little bit, you know what? For a little bit, I was like trying to still kind of filter what I post a little bit more. Because it's like, oh, I'm talking in circles. Nobody's going to understand this. But then I was like, you know what? This is how I talk with my friends. And most of the time, they get what I'm saying. I need to not assume that everyone on the internet is an idiot. And also, with like my sense of humor sometimes, or my mannerisms, sometimes I watch them back and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's so cringe. But like, dude, this is just kind of how I act in real life, you know? And that's, if I'm like editing all that shit out or trying to refine it too much, it's like, well, look at me. Now I'm fucking putting on an act like all the other cocksuckers. Oh my goodness! Alex Eubank posted another video. Dude, nobody cares about the numbers. You cannot be like a self-proclaimed practicing Christian and then just flex on your fucking TikTok every other video. It's so unbelievable. And he knows what he's doing because the hook is always the same thing. A fuck ton of money. Dude, he like makes a video. He's like, so this is my $15,000 dog. Have you seen how much money my dog is? And my manager gave it to me. Yeah, I didn't even pay 15 bands this time. Somebody paid for me because I've gotten so high up in the business realm, in the industry, that people just buy me expensive gifts. And it's because I bought them a really expensive car with all the money that I have and make. Shut up! Shut up! If you have actual value to bring, you do not need to be talking out of your ass about money and numbers all the fucking time. Obviously, Alex probably has still done a lot of good, helped a lot of people through hard times, still an incredible impact on the industry in a lot of ways. But also being a little materialistic hobgoblin a little bit recently, and I don't appreciate it. And would it be less petty to not name names? Yeah, of course. But do I give a fuck, frankly? No. A little bit. Because I don't want to be in the part of like drama or scandals on the internet. Yellow light! You know? I want to just do my own thing, keep my head down, have fun the way I want to. But this shit, I'm going to be 100% real with you. This has been pissing me off since fucking 2023. He's been pulling this shit. This guy was supposed to be one of the aesthetic goats of the fitness industry, and now he's just trying to fucking money and entrepreneur guru you to buying his course, lull you to a If I ever end up like that, cut off both of my balls. Dap me up, fool. Anyways, we're about to get to the gym, gang-oing. Oh, it's going to be a good lift. You excited or what? Nobody asked your opinion. Okay, let's go. Low-key, man, I stood next to this other guy that's like really, really jacked in my gym. And I kind of frame-mogged him, honestly. Like, I think my shape, the guy looks great, right? Super muscular. But, like, my overall shape is a lot better than I think I originally gave it credit for. I think we could get on a classic stage one day. I don't think we can. All right, peep this. Shuddy. Ooh. Hammies are feeling a little bit sore, but say no more. Classic. Up. Nice. Come on. Up! You could have fought for that. Come on. You know the only reason that I got into ekkovision was because I'm gonna hit my set. I gotta lock in. But come find me. Yeah, I tagged TNF and he reposted it and then Tristan saw it. Lock in. Yes, sir!
Smack me in the back. Oh yeah. Ooh. Chop Suey's playing. I'm about to have the greatest set of my life. Fuck you. Go. 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 Michael, come on. Yeah. More. Come on. Yeah, one more. Come on. Up! You got one more. Come on. Up! That's what I'm talking about.
He does that to me in the middle of the night.
How much butter in that car, dude?
Whoa!
Don't tell a soul. Don't Hello? Oh my goodness. Squeeze at the top. There you go. Yeah, good. Yep. Don't make it weird. Okay, you're good, bro. Up. Yep. Yep, come on. One more. Come on. Yep, up. Good.
Ow.
That's crazy, bro. No wonder. Bro, like. Clark, we looking leaner? I don't think so.
Do you want your butt to be warm?
Don't touch my butt. Hello, nieces and nephews. Another successful gym session in the bag for Mr. Rafmurdock. Raf, how do you have such good gym sessions and how are you so handsome? Well, I'll tell you one thing.
He didn't get it from his dad.
That's crazy. Ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that. What? Not every session is going to be peak performance perfect. No, but I'm going to feel perfect about every session because you best believe I'm trying my best. That's all it's about, kiddos. You know, you ever go to the gym and you're like, wasn't the best I could do. I would say for most of you, you're right. I've seen how most people train. Not good. You know, most people really could push harder. Their 2 reps in reserve sets are more like 7 reps in reserve. So if you're new to training, is it responsible to train with 1 or 2 reps in reserve? No, I do not think so. If you're new to training and hard work in general, and you haven't really developed a lot of mental fortitude in your life, you should be training to failure safely, right? Obviously build up a good technique, get comfortable with the movement. Once you feel relatively confident, start taking your sets to failure. You know, you might be a little bit sore, especially if you're working a longer muscle lengths, but it is 100% necessary to be able to train absolute meat to the wall hard, as opposed to just kind of like figuring it out for a long period of time. Because I want to be honest, dude, if you're not blessed with godlike genetics and you can't train hard, you're not going to make it very far in fitness. That's just kind of how it is. You know, some people already just have like an inflamed muscular response to training stimulus. And frankly, I'm a little bit jealous. But I know that mentally I mog them, you know? So if you can mentally mog and you can whip out your hog, so to speak, and just train like a bastard, that's all you need, you know? Especially because most people, even myself, like I don't really know if I have what it takes genetically for bodybuilding yet. I don't. I haven't been training long enough. Come March, it'll be like 3 years, right? Sure, I have some minor training, like rock climbing. Remember rock climbing?
I do remember rock climbing. That shit was fun.
But I like strength training more now, you know? Everybody has their cup of tea, and my cup of tea is, you know,
Coffee?
yeah. Have people ask questions about like how to get through like mental blocks and how to like deal with like seasonal depression or, you know, feeling down on your luck. Honestly, the best prescription to not feeling great mentally is overcompensating physically with action, you know? So instead of trying to reorient everything in your head before you really understand it, start acting better toward others and to yourself. And you're not going to want to. This isn't about want. Obviously, if you're feeling down, your luck or shitty, you're not going to want to treat yourself or others better. But you need to, right? And as you start to do that, you know, you start being more of a help to your loved ones. You start being a better friend to your friends. Then you start making better connections. You maybe start talking about things, and then you start, you know, really working your way around your problems better through community. But if you're not making a conscious effort to treat people better, and this will always be one of the root acknowledgments of any of my videos, if you're not making a conscious effort to try and treat people better, you will feel so much less than the least you've ever felt. I promise. Okay? So yeah, feeling down on your luck, feeling not good, not feeling good about training, you're never going to feel good if you don't have proof, you know? You need to have proof that you're a decent person, proof that you can train hard. The only way to prove those things is through action, because nobody can disagree with concrete evidence, my brother. And when you have evidence, then you become an evidence-based existing being. And you're like, oh shit, you know, maybe I'm a decent person. Maybe I do deserve some flowers, God willing, you know? But if you're just, you know, oh, woe is me, my life is so hard, everything sucks. I get it, dude. Life gets you down. Life is difficult. Life does suck. But it's also coming from you. You are leading your life. You know, it's not like life is crashing down onto you. It's like you are the guiding hand to the direction that your life is going. And sometimes there's outside variables that are trying to pull you around, throw you outside the box, but you got to get back in the ring and lead your life accordingly. Because if you let life throw you around and fuck you in the butt without giving you a reach around, eventually you're just going to become the bitch, you know? So take your life and try and make the most out of it, regardless of even the worst circumstances. And when you understand that that's 100% within your capability, it's within your grasp, you become a leader. You lead your life instead of just living it, kind of segueing through it. And everybody wants to be a leader, you know? I mean, some people aren't as cut out to be it, but like, in terms of leading your own life, everybody has to be. I mean, think about like high school. You know, a lot of kids are like really, really into sports in high school, and it's because a lot of their decisions are being made for them, you know? They're like, yeah, I could play a sport. And their parents are like, okay, what about this one? Yeah, sure. Or I want to play a sport. And then when they're feeling unmotivated, you know, their peers and their family, you know, they encourage them to go practice their sport even if they don't really want to. But once you leave that area of your life, for better or worse, you are on your own with your own decisions, you know? You got to make choices instead of just leading by the directional coaxing of other people in your life. And that was something that was difficult, you know, because I never really even had like the organization of solid school schedule. So for better or worse, since I was like way younger, I've been trying to pick myself up by my fucking belt and just move. And what? It's been 5 years, Berto. 5 years. More. Fucking 8, 9, 10 maybe. Ever since pretty much grade 8, I've been trying to figure out how to get myself to move when I'm the most still and cold and frozen I've ever been. So, in a lot of ways, the hard times in my life were graces that helped me move, more freely and with more intent. But you got to build up to that decision. And for a while, it's going to seem impossible. But if you're making conscious actions over time, over the course of years, days, months, whatever it would be, to change and make choices for yourself and strive towards something, then you will eventually do it. And there were days when I first started lifting where I'd skip the gym just because I felt like it, And, through the discipline of no days off kind of thing, it also helps you build that into your life organically. Sometimes you don't really feel like being a good person, but it's that same mentality, no days off. Sometimes Berto really, really, really wants to kiss a torta, but same mentality, no days off. Stay steadfast. Only commit myself to men and really make it in life. So can each and every one of you.